I think I can speak for most men when I say we want to have better sex. And for the sake of our partner, we may need to have better sex, fellas. Because no one likes it when you bring a wet noodle to a barbecue party. Write that down. The issue is that over-the-counter erection pills contain unregulated chemicals, suggest unsafe doses, and include the risk of several other health problems. And who wants that? It's like those drug prescription ads where everybody's like sitting there playing volleyball at the beach, but they're dying of herpes. Not cool. That's why we partnered with our friends over at Joy Mode. Whether you're looking to spice up your intimate moments or increase your confidence in the bedroom, Joy Mode makes all natural and science-backed supplements dedicated to helping men perform better across their core functions. Oh, yeah. The trademark product, the sexual performance booster, is every man's solution for increased blood flow down below, firmness, stamina, and performance of your favorite friend. It's like a pre-workout, but for your buddy down below. And let me tell you, it works. And the best part, the product is totally safe. All ingredients have been assessed in peer-reviewed journals. All ingredients have been studied and researched in humans. It comes in a palm-sized little packet, like your favorite electrolyte powder. Just simply mix one of these bad boys right in with 6 to 8 ounces of water, 45 minutes before sexual activity, and watch the magic unfold. Literally. Like, you know when you start blowing up an inflatable castle? It's sort of like that, but down below. But it's time to redefine your intimacy and go to usejoymode.com for 20% off with promo code FratChat. Oh, yeah, that's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at usejoymode.com. Ingredients with integrity, it's Joy Mode, baby. And we are recording, Mr. Mo.
All right. Sounds good.
I like your very floral themed t-shirt there. In case anybody's confused as to who the gay one on the podcast is.
Guess what brand it is?
That shirt, American Eagle.
Guess.
Is it Guess?
Yeah.
I've heard of Guess in a while too. Guess jeans used to be the shit though, so you know.
Dude, when I was younger, if you didn't have that like triangle shaped patch on the back of your pants, you weren't cool.
I know. That's why Simo instead had a brown shirt, brown stain on the back of his pants, and definitely did not help with friends. But don't worry, he still does it as an adult, and I'm still his friend, so at least he's found better friends.
And guess what? That patch is scratch and sniff, motherfucker.
That's right. Don't you forget it, people. Well, we do this in 3, 2, 1. What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge.
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the FratChat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the FratChat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Simo Moore. How's it going, Mr. Mo?
Well, I'm good. I'm hot, though. Are you hot?
Oh, I'm always hot. Always been drinking out here. You know? Oh, you mean like weather-wise? Yes, it is hot. It's 90 degrees. It doesn't feel good out here. It doesn't feel good out here at all.
There's like heat advisories, and I'm like, it's only June.
I know. And here's what's crazy, and not to be one of those global warming conspiracy theories, but I used to lifeguard for years, and everybody knew that from like the first like week after Memorial Day till about now, it was supposed to be the rainy season. And you would just know that those weeks were easy pool weeks because no one's going to come because it's fucking rainy. You put on your little hoodie, sit on the desk, wait for someone to come in, There's a thunder. Closed the pool because it was an outdoor pool. Nowadays, I mean, this year it didn't happen. We didn't get that season so far. So
We got that all in May.
So I think this global warming thing, I think, is real, very real.
Okay, so question: when you were a lifeguard, did you ever save anybody?
Yeah, but it wasn't as interesting as it sounds. I mean, it was this kid, and I think I might have told you this before. This little kid is this little Korean kid who was visiting his like little cousin, came to visit the pool. And it's very important that I mention that he's Korean to the context of the story because he like turns back, so his back is towards the water and he is facing outwards towards the people. And so I assume he's just talking to his little cousin or whatever, and he looks at his cousin and he yells something in Korean, which I don't understand what it was. He was yelling.
Was it Shibanyan? I think it means like motherfucker, or was it Bango Gyaso Nimse na dong sae de?
Oh damn. Yeah, no, he didn't say any of that.
Okay. I'll tell you what that means later.
What he said apparently meant backflip, and he went for a backflip. What? But he didn't make the water. So he hit like scorpion face first onto the concrete, and then like was kind of like KO'd a little bit, and then he just like rolled into the pool.
Oh no.
So I had to go grab him. He was like, I mean, this kid was like literally like 26 pounds, so I didn't even have to jump in to grab him. I was literally able to like pull him up. And luckily, I think this is one of those things that happens when you have a bruised ego. I think it heals you a little quicker. It prevents the trauma from fully sinking in, where, you know, like he like tried to jump up real quick, and then his aunt came and just grabbed him and just started whooping his ass, like take him to the apartment, like, you're in so much trouble, little motherfucker, but all in Korean, of course. And then the little cousin who watched it all told me, like, that's okay, I'm sorry. And I never saw the other kid again. So he either died as a result of the mom or the aunt or a concussion. I don't know, but he might have also been sent back to Korea, definitely. But that's as close as it came. Most people
they got deported.
Yeah, most people are annoying in pools, but they don't drown that much, so not so bad. Not so bad. Just a little Korean kid.
Have you ever given anyone mouth to mouth?
No, never. I am trained in it, even though I'm not currently up on my certification. I know how to do it. But by the time that I did it, they had basically these like mask things. So you don't actually have to put your mouth to someone's lips.
Well, that's no fun.
So it's like a little like, it looks like one of those things when they put oxygen on you, but it has a tube on it and you just blow into the tube, which makes it look more sus. Not gonna lie.
So if
just close your eyes and blow into that tube, Carlos.
Before you got those tubes,
what's music out of it? Shut up and do your training.
when you had to learn and you're prepared to do it mouth to mouth without the tube, would you performed on someone who looked like Danny DeVito? If you had to?
I mean, I guess if I had to save a life, yeah, but...
Well, if your whole high school graduating class watched.
Well, that would just remind me of the days with Father Thomas. So at the end of the day, you know, it just feels like home. No, especially Danny DeVito and like Sonny, where he's all disgusting on purpose, like oozing out like beer foam out of his fucking while he's making noises.
Yeah.
Oh god, that would be a rough one. That's the thing you sign up for. Luckily, I mean, here's the thing: it could have very well happened. My pool was half like younger people my age and half like extremely old people, because it was mostly like a retirement community where they would like bring their kids. Like, it wasn't an official retirement community, but it was like where old people went to live after, you know, in Rockville, Maryland. So there's a lot of old people, and a lot of them very out of shape. So Woo, thank the lucky stars. I never had to DeVito anyone because that would have been awkward.
Because it would have shown up in a picture at some point. Someone would have saved that for a good blackmail situation.
Look at him.
Mhm.
Yeah, no good. But one thing is, you are. Why don't you tell listeners where you are this week, Mr. Mel, as we speak?
Next 3 weeks, I'm in the Southamptons.
The Southamptons, which, as we all know, was just very recently in the news because this little guy who is driving was not in sync with the road. Justin Timberlake, as we all know, was recently arrested for driving under the influence in Sag Harbor, New York, very close to where Mr. Mo is. And he was taken into custody Monday night and is scheduled to appear in court as the day that this episode releases. So Tuesday. Now, the specifics of the incident remain undisclosed, but it has been reported that he may or may not have driven past the stop sign and was reportedly swerving on the road. Now, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty. This is America. But you take one good look at his mugshot, and you see that those eyes are either like lizard people that invaded his body, or he took some hard shit. So,
yeah, I thought maybe he was crying, and then did you see the video? Like he really was flying.
I didn't see the video. But the crazy kick to the story is that he was arrested. That sucks. He's a celebrity. That really sucks. But the biggest kick in the nuts, in my opinion, was that the Gen Z arresting officer was way too young to recognize who the fuck he even was, and like treated him like some random schmo, and which is, Justin Timberlake's a big name, I feel like people should know who he is. That sucks. I feel like that, to me, if I'm Justin Timberlake, that hurts the most. From then
he should have said, I voiced a troll. I was in Trolls. The young people, they know Trolls.
That's true. She said, remember the song from Trolls? I sang that too. I was in the movie and I sang the song. That's right. I'm a doubly. I'm a bi, as they say in the biz, right? That's what we say. he's totally bi.
If I was Justin, would have said, your mommy and daddy probably played the song "Bye Bye Bye" or "It's Gonna Be Me."
Well, I don't know that for that to be the case. This cop had been like 15 years old, so maybe not his mommy and daddy, but somewhere in between, like the fun aunt or something. Someone. I mean, here's the thing: people are looking for an NSYNC reunion to this day. So not knowing Justin Timberlake to me is pretty baffling, no matter how young of a Gen Z officer he is. But you have to assume he's at least 21, But that just sucks. You try to use your celebrity privilege and you just get denied. And not just denied because the guy's a good cop, denied because he has no fucking idea who you are. Ooh. Yeah. Like when people say, do you know who I am? It's usually way more intimidating when you do know who they are. You know what I mean? I mean, like, no, actually, no, never seen you in my life.
Remember when Reese Witherspoon did that and it didn't work for her? He should have learned from her mistakes.
Totally.
Stupid fuck.
But she was fully carried out after that. So I don't know. I don't know how Justin acted with the cop. I would hope it wasn't that bad, but they sure threw the book at him because I saw him, they showed him like handcuffed, being moved from the thing in his arraignment or whatever. And, usually they would keep those things a little more private, but I think they're just trying to show everybody, hey, we prosecute everybody equally. So,
yeah, well, welcome to our world, because if I get arrested by a cop, they're not going to know me either. So
that's true. That's true. And if they do, it's not for good reasons. You never want a cop to look at you and be like, oh, it's you again. It's not.
Yeah.
That is not something you want, people. So, JT, yeah, I mean, he's got good money, good attorneys. We'll find out if he's innocent. But I'm not gonna lie, those eyes in that picture definitely look like an alien. So I don't know if those were
If
crying
he was
eyes.
mollied out,
Those look like
allegedly.
Molly eyes to me. Which, if he
Totally.
was, you're a fucking celebrity with millions of dollars. You can't call a goddamn Uber or get a driver. Like, you shouldn't. There's really no scenario where you should be like doing any drugs or booze and driving, especially if you are rich and famous with today's technology.
Well, they're really strict out here because there's like junior rent-a-cops, a couple on every street corner, and they won't give you a ticket for jaywalking.
Totally. Well, because if you're out in that area, you're out there. It's not like a bunch of lanes and roads. So, like, if people crash, it's going to be a catastrophe. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of 2-lane roads there, coming in and out of businesses. Where and I have seen a lot of drunk driving myself, so they are trying to stay on top of it. But if a car like crashes into something there, it's gonna be bad, and traffic's gonna be shut down for fucking ever, which completely effectively shuts down how to get in and out of there, and it's a catastrophe because it's a little island. It's not, people don't realize it. There's not a lot of ways to get in and out. So yeah, I'm glad that they have a lot of cops out there because, man, it's very easy to drunk drive there too. Especially there's a lot of little like bars back and forth. It's you get in that main strip,
very well lit, and so you drive all like through like the suburbs.
Totally. So you assume
a lot of people have red lights out here. They have a bunch of the whole house is pitch black, but like a couple rooms might be lit with red light. It's like a common thing out in the Hamptons. I don't understand why they do that.
That's weird.
It's creepy.
Weird.
My Airbnb is a street away from Elm Street.
Really?
I'm so glad I'm on Pulaski and not Elm Street.
Because you don't want a
nightmare on Elm Street, Simo.
I have nightmares on Fifth Avenue instead.
Yeah, Freddy. Especially Freddy. Freddy's a bad motherfucker because he'll wreck your dreams and then he'll come out into the real world and shit with his claws. But he like talks mad shit. He has a lot of quirky one-liners while he's doing it too. You never want some guy with like spiky claws in his finger. Be like,
ha ha, bitch! Your mother sucks cats in hell. Ha ha ha.
And then while
wasn't Freddy Krueger a child molester or like a predator?
He was. I think he was not a child molester, but he was a child killer. Come on, Stella. Sorry, my dog is being stubborn. Stella. People. Come on. There she is. Say hi to the people, Stella. Hello. Okay, now you can come over here.
Stella looks a little bit like the dog from Lady and the Tramp.
She does, doesn't she?
You look like the tramp.
She's a hustler.
What?
Now, Freddy Krueger was a child killer, I believe. He was like the janitor, though. But all the parents then decided to do a lynch mob, because I believe either the cops let him go or he was declared innocent in the trial for some reason. Then the parents all grabbed him and put him in this like oven and burned him alive. And that's why, as he burns to death, he's like,
I'm gonna get your kids, motherfuckers! And you have a small wiener, bitch!
And then he died talking shit. So,
and then he got their kids. He followed through.
He got their kids.
You know what? If I ever get, if I'm ever on my deathbed, I'm gonna tell them, "Hey, motherfuckers, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna win the lottery. We'll see what happens."
I'm gonna come back and haunt you.
Yeah.
So I think my last words to my, whoever, my kids, hopefully, or who are gonna be around, are gonna be dependent on how good they treat me on my last days out. You know what I mean? Because if it's good, I'm just gonna go, peacefully into the night, say I love you, whatever. But if it's not good, I'm ready. I'm waiting for those last lucid moments, and then just be like, Satan? Oh, yes. We can follow them, and I'll point to them or some shit. And then go out that way and leave them asking questions. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Or it's like, oh, the lady in black says I'll see you guys soon. And then go. I'll show you the fucking leave me here by myself. Can't even eat the goddamn jello. Can't even feed me, dickheads. So it all depends on my future kids and how good they treat me.
If I'm ever at a point where I need to be taken care of like that, like if I have to like use a diaper and like have people sponge bath me, I'm gonna say like, hey, just let me go peacefully.
Well, here's
Stop.
the thing. There's people like to think that there's such a thing as, oh, just let me go peacefully, but that takes weeks. So it's like, you just basically are left to lay there and then wait till your body to shut down. So it's a waiting game that fucking sucks. I would be cool. I'm not gonna lie. This is just me, my opinion. I'm not saying it should be legal, but if I find out I have 6 months to live with cancer or whatever, and say, okay, fine, I'm gonna live my life until I start to really deteriorate, and then fucking put me out, inject me with some shit. I don't give a fuck. Let me go peacefully into the night. Like, I don't want to live those last few weeks. Must be awful as you lose all your mobility, you lose the ability to talk, you lose.
I'm gonna have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I'm allergic to peanuts.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna go out with a bang and be like, you know what? I've always wanted one of these.
Just make sure if you do, it's a close casket.
Yum, yum, yum.
Make sure it's a close casket funeral if you do that, though, because
They'll be covered in hives and welts.
you're really gonna look like Carrot Top then. It's like, ugh.
Hair's looking a little red these days, man.
I know. I think maybe it's the summertime. Maybe you're a summertime ginger. That's what really makes it pop. The gingerness. And I'm not gonna lie, that shirt's not helping.
Oh yeah, it makes you look a ginger.
You look super ginger now. I can see like the sunlight hitting you and burning your skin as your gingerness pokes through. Well, I'm gonna put some sunscreen there where the sun is hitting, just to be safe.
I feel like you're already starting our 60-second.
I know, right?
You should wait to run the clock.
I know, and especially because we are about to get to the most in-demand segment by like me and Simo, because we like it. It is comedians being passive aggressive to each other for 60 seconds. And I got my trusty timer ready this week. I don't need to search for it this time around because I am a professional. Mm-hmm. So I am ready to go. And we're going to do this in a 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And I do like that. I feel like I have a guest celebrity co-star because you kind of look like one of the Weasley brothers there. Harry Potter.
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
wait, the twins?
Yes, but not like when they're like young, but it's more like towards the end of the movie when they show them again, like 30 years from now.
Oh, I think one died.
Yeah, that one particularly 30 years after the death.
Well, we have a lot of comment. I look kind of ginger-like, and you're gingivitis.
That's true. That's why Simon won't record this podcast with me because he demands the 6 feet rule. You know what I mean? To be fair, that's just what happens when you kiss your mother. I know it's passive aggressive.
Did you like the book I gave you for Christmas called "Living with Halitosis"?
Yes. There, that is 60 seconds. Comedians being passive aggressive for 60 seconds. I know saying kiss your mother is not passive aggressive, but I saw 3 seconds left and I couldn't hold it. I just broke. I couldn't do it. But shout out to Mama Mo. We love you. Is it me or does buying a sex pill at a gas station feel super awkward? You're like walking around and you don't know what to get. The guy's definitely looking at you, judging you with every step. It's super weird. Plus, then we're going to talk efficacy. Does it really work? Because my buddy once bought a condom from a gas station, and now he has 3 kids, so you tell me. So it's good to know that Joymoid is not only backed by its users, it's backed by science, people, which goes to show that science can be sexy sometimes. Oh, yeah. Now, let me ask you something. Whether you're happy or unhappy with your performance in the bedroom, why not perform even better? Usain Bolt was the fastest man in the world, and he still wanted to run faster. So why not be an Olympic gold medalist in the bedroom, fellas? Because that's where Joy Mode comes in. Joy Mode's sexual performance booster is like a pre-workout, but for sex. It's designed to support erection quality, firmness, and sex drives. And it contains clinically supported doses of ingredients like arginine nitrate, L-citrulline, Panax ginseng, and vitamin C, which is going to make your boy down below stronger than ever. Oh, yeah. Plus, not only is this the only supplement you'll need in the bedroom, it also supports blood vessel support, cardiovascular and heart health, athletic performance, blood pressure, and general erection function. Plus, here are the game changers. All ingredients have been assessed in peer-reviewed journals, and all ingredients have been studied and researched in humans, so you know it works. And I don't know about you guys, but I'll never go back to over-the-counter drugs after trying Joy Mode. And psst, it's small enough to fit in your wallet and take it with you on the go. It's the perfect travel companion, and it's a powder, so you don't need to worry about it getting crushed in there. So all you gotta do, fellas, is just go to usejoymode.com and get 20% off with the promo code FratChat at checkout. That's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at usejoymode.com. Great sex solved naturally. Oh yeah. On this very podcast.
She's in her bikini right now in the pool.
Ooh, I hope she got her bag ready.
All right. Shitting. She only shits in bags when she eats McDonald's. You know what? I'm in Southampton because I'm opening up a shop out here, and the bathroom doesn't have a fan in it, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, oh no.
No. Taking a poop in the heat is like the worst. Especially when there's no like ventilation for your poopy smells to go. So then the next person to go in to take a piss is gonna like no! It's like the poop heat that comes in after the fact. It's a thing. It's a thing. That's why George Costanza would take his shirt off in the toilet. To this day,
I remember
not
that.
a bad idea. Yeah, I've done it too. You honestly feel much better in some weird way when you can poop shirtless. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's no constraints, or maybe you're just free and feel like you're free in nature. I don't know, but it is nice.
There's this kid in elementary school named Keith that used to do that. And people used to stand on the toilet over top the stall and be like, ew, look, he's taking his shirt off. I never understood, but I just assumed that maybe some people had shirts that were so long or their splashing was so powerful that they didn't want to get anything on their shirt.
Dude, the splashing is the worst. I think it's super poopy in that, but it's kind of what we were pros here. When you're sit down and you have a turd that hits just right and that little cold water of the toilet seat splashes your asshole, it's like, I hate that feeling, dude.
You know what? The first time I got an HIV test was because poop splashed my ass in a high school bathroom, and I convinced myself that I got AIDS.
Oh, yeah, in a public toilet from the back of the school? No.
In the 90s, that's all we talked about. HIV, AIDS.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
So they were like, if you have sex with someone, you've had sex with everyone they've had sex with, and you're bound to catch the high five. Like, you're going to get it. Everyone in this classroom is going to die of AIDS.
We had a speaker.
Like the message that we got.
We had a speaker in my like 10th grade health class. Was this young guy who, for some reason, he did like a 4-arc story about meeting this girl and shit, but in between each like chapter, essentially, he would break out into breakdancing.
Oh, nice.
and at one point he was doing some shit, but he fell, and then he had to like kind of like make up for it, which was very, very sad, but hilarious to watch. But the story was basically, the typical like scare tactic. Like, I met this girl and it seemed great and she really liked me. And she invited me to her home to have sex. Yeah, it's almost like as she says it, someone comes out like, sex. And he's like, and then not only did she want to have sex, but I didn't have a condom. So she wanted to have unprotected sex. And I was like, even worse. But then that day, something told me not to do it. I started thinking about my mom. Just like, ew, what do you think about your mom right now, dude? Started thinking about my dad. It's like not helping. Started thinking about my little sister. It's like, ew, dude, okay. Maybe the cops should be called. And he's like, but I decided I was better than that. I wanted to wait till marriage. Well, guess what? A few months later, I get a phone call. It's her. I say, what's going on? And she goes, I just wanted to let you know that I have AIDS.
That was your assembly?
And because, yeah, this is my 10th grade, not the whole class, but just my particular health class, my period, which I'm sure they had the same speaker for everybody else, though, not just my class. He's like, and then she said, if you would have had sex with me that night, you would have AIDS too. And then he rapped it, and he turned around, it's like, so remember, kids, don't have sex, or you could get AIDS. And then he kind of like thumbs up it.
Oh my God.
And just like freeze framed for a minute. Dude. He's like, oh, what are you doing, dude? Can you like stop that? But it was so fucking bad. And just like, if you bang, you will have AIDS. Like, make sure you have a wife or else you get AIDS. I think that's a secret.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I remember one time I broke up with this guy, and my friend was like, before you start dating with other people, you should go get like an STD test and make sure that you're in the clear. And I was like, well, I think we were pretty safe, so I don't think that's necessary. And they're like, no. Like, gays are so good about this stuff. Like, you are gay, you have
Reputation to keep.
reputation to keep up. Yeah, like straight people are disgusting. They never check their dicks. But gays, we go every 6 months or sooner if we've experienced a breakup. And I was like, that's right. But I'm so nervous about going in there and like I just feel weird saying like, hey, I want to get tested for whatever. And my friends were like, no, you'd be proud of it. You're being responsible. You walk up there, you say, I want to get tested for HIV. And so I did that. I go to this clinic and I'm like, I want to get tested for HIV, please. And they were like, okay, that's on the 3rd floor. And I was like, ah! The whole waiting room was like, oh my God. I was like, oh God.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. The hospital is next door.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm going to text for HIV and I'll take a double cheeseburger as well to go.
It's like, sorry, guys. I had such conviction when I was like, this is what I'm doing. It is.
That sucks, dude. Woo. Well, I told you, and I think I might have even shared this on the air years ago, but I had a little scare where I had this rash down there, and that the doctor was like, I don't think it's an STD. I really do think it's something with your detergent, but just to be safe, we should, put you on like a Valtrex or something to see if in case it turns out to be when we get this tested, you already have the meds and everything it is. So, they like swab you and shit. And that, they give you your thing. And that day I go to like CVS to pick up the thing. And of course, it's the one day where it's like a beautiful girl that works at the fucking, medicine counter back there. It's like, oh, hi. And she's like very flirty. Like, how may I help you? Oh, I'm just here to pick up my prescription. And she literally like takes one look and then looks down at the thing and just her eyes get like real big. And she just looks at me and like any like flirtation completely left her voice. Like, I'll be right back with this. No. You don't understand. Yeah. It's like they don't think it's that. They just, but they put me on my doctor to be safe, and I'm over explaining, and I start sweating, and she's like, "Yeah, sure, buddy, like whatever, take your herpes drugs and get out of here."
She looks at you and she says, "Sticky dicky."
Yeah. Luckily, and by the way, that did turn out to not be an STD. The doctor thinks I went swimming, and maybe that had something to do with it, but it never happened again. So.
Sure.
At least not for 30 days, and then got some more Valtrex. And
then you're in danger, girl.
I'm not gonna lie. Ever since that day, if I ever get an itch anywhere near there, I get scared. I'm like,
Let me tell you, when you're waiting for test results, even if you know you're in the clear, that fucks your sleep up. That's all you think about is paranoia. Oh my god, it's the worst.
To get my green card,
it makes me never want to have sex again. It's like, oh, I don't want to do
that. To get my green card, I had to do like every kind of test, an STD test, imaginable shit, because they want to make sure you're good. And I knew that I was good, but I had just gone to college, which is like my sluttiest time period in my life. So I was a little scared, but I was in the clear, thank God. But yeah, I was waiting. I think it was like 3 days or something I had to wait, and it was the longest wait I've ever had. So
sometimes they'll say no news is good news, and so they might even get the test results back the next day. But they're like, okay, it's fine. We're not going to call you. And then so for the next few days, you're waiting like, oh, I think they should call you regardless.
I know. I call you immediately. Like when I had the rash thing, I was actually, the doctor called me, and I was actually sitting at work, but I knew that it was her. So I picked up like, hello. She's like, why are you whispering? I'm at work. It's like, oh, I can call you back later. It's like, no, I need to know now. It's like, well, you're in the clear. I was like, yes. In my cubicle, like I just won the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, Maury, it's not your child. He's like, that was literally how I was. So man, it was fucking wild. So don't be sluts, people, because then you get scary things happen.
No, be a slut. Just wrap it up.
Yeah, be safe, sluts. I guess.
Go be a whore.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyhow,
what's the topic for today?
It's time to get to it, Mr. Mel, because this week we're going to talk about getting fit for the summer. But not just the good parts of getting fit for the summer. Something that really annoys us behind having to get fit for the summer. Because when you go to the gym, not everybody is a cool cat. When I say cool cat, because that little bass makes me feel like I should be talking like that. They're not cool cats slamming and gamming. No, they're jerks. And we're going to talk about the top 10 jerks that you see in every gym this year. They're not just jerks. These are annoying people. People that grind our gears. People that should, quite frankly, have their memberships revoked. Or they should all join One Planet Fitness, where they can only work out with each other and just annoy the piss out of each other so they finally know how it feels. But we're going to give you top 10 most annoying people you will find at your local gym this year of the Lord Lady Gaga 2024. Oh, yeah.
You know what? If we want to talk about the beach bod, I think that people should have been working on that months ago.
Yeah. But people procrastinate, especially with this global warming. It's been weird. You just don't know. Times have been strange. But people wait till the last minute, and then they'll just like not eat for 3 days and be like, I look good, right? It's like, no.
I don't know.
You still look awful. It's like, if you have 40 pounds to lose, that's not going to help you, dude. But yeah, there's annoying people at the gym, and they're everywhere. They're at your gym right now. If you're listening to us right now while you're working out, if you look around, you'll probably see some of these people right now. It doesn't matter the time of the day you go. It doesn't matter where you go.
I feel like it's these places like Blink Fitness, Planet Fitness, all the places are like really inexpensive, just almost are breeding grounds for all this poor behavior. I think the lower the price the gym membership is, the more you see these nutcases.
Normally, I would agree with you, and I do think to some degree that is true.
There's
But
exceptions for sure.
I also feel like the more it's here, I'll give you it's the extremes. I think it is because also the more that people pay for a gym, sometimes they get entitled, and they'll start being like some of these other people that we'll talk about in the list, who they just think they own the world. So I think as we go through it, I will specify which type of gyms you'll find these people. That's fun. But let's start with number 10. I'll take the first one. The number 10 most annoying gym goer you will find this year are the people that frequent the gym just to literally walk around or talk to other people who are like actually trying to work out or sit in the hot tub all fucking day. It's like, get the fuck out of my way, dude. Just go. Get out of my way. And this type of people, like you can find at pretty much every gym. There's always a talker. Like my mom goes to a gym in Maryland, and there's a guy that comes over there who just is like friends with everybody. She says, he's a nice guy, but like if you start talking to this person, it's 20 minutes of this person talking your ear off, and you don't fucking get to work out. So she avoids him like the plague because otherwise it's on. And it just you can see people as he like walks up to him, they're like, "Oh Christ, here he comes!" But he's so goddamn nice. And what can you do? You know what I mean? So that irritates the piss out of me.
I have a coworker who goes to gym almost every day. He always packs his gym bag, goes to gym every day, and I'm like, he doesn't look like he's ever stepped foot in the gym. What is he doing there? And so I went to this gym and I saw what he does in there. He sits in the hot tub. So he it's like a ruse. He tells the whole world
Totally.
how much of a fitness fanatic he is. He just sits in the hot tub. That is not working out.
Well, I went to the gym for 3 hours yesterday. Yeah, buddy. You're fucking laying on the tub. Yeah, sure, dude. Or the people who they're like they like do these like classes that are not workouts, and it's like super weak ones. Yeah, but I'm in this boxing class, and you see the class, and they're like doing like they're just wasting your time, bro. But if you're just walking around the gym, it's already a crowded space, especially during like the post after business hours, like after 5. It's already a fucking nightmare. You're gonna really add crowding to the goddamn space just because you want to go and I don't know, you're lonely, I guess. You're looking for people to talk to. Nah, bro. Go home. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Wasting my time, motherfucker. Go! We don't want you in here. But anyways, that's the first one. The fucking time wasters at the gym. It's like save your money too. Like it's not even if you do Planet Fitness, which is $10 a month. There's sign up fees and there's renewal fees every year. It's like you can save like $400 a year just by not joining the gym. If you're just gonna walk around, go take a walk. Go to the park.
I don't care as much as long as you're not disruptive of other people. So this one is like low priority for me. But my thing is, I think it's hypocritical to like preach how often one should go to the gym and to
do nothing.
To try to convey that you're this avid gym goer when in fact you're the laziest motherfucker up in the gym.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
What can you do? Anyway, so my next one is there's a lot of closeted men who spend a lot of time in the steam room. And so it's interesting to me because there is like a demographic of people who are called men who have sex with men. So like there's gay men, there's bisexual men, there's straight men, and then there's men who classify themselves as men who have sex with men, but they don't identify with being bi or gay. And to me, that's gay behavior. Totally. So, you know what I mean?
It's like not gay. He's the one sucking on my dick. It's like, whoa. Here's the thing to me. It's like, it's just sad and creepy because I mean, sure, there's still a lot of close-mindedness in the world, and there's still a lot of shit that needs to be addressed. But we live in about the freest time period that you can, where you can at least go certain places and be fine. Live your fucking life. Come out of the closet or steam room, whatever you want. It's Pride, baby. This is the month to do it. It's
Yeah,
come
I
on.
I think if I had a plant-based diet for years and you were like, "Hey, Simo, you know, you're a vegan." Now I was like, "What? No, that's not how I identify. I have a plant-based diet. I could eat meat if I wanted to. I just
I
choose
just
not to."
choose not
Like to
to.
me, it's like, okay, we're splitting hairs here. But if you have sex with men, yeah, it's a little gay. And so anyway, there's a lot of men at my gym. My gym's pretty gay, and so there's a lot of men who I think would identify with being straight, and they spend a disproportionate amount of time in the steam room just cruising, looking at other people. Sometimes they might go in the shower stall with another person, and it's only for one person, but they break the
Yeah.
rules. It's a lot of gay tendencies,
Yeah.
and I think to myself like it's sad that you're wasting your money on a gym membership, so you're paying to get some action. You could just suck it up, download an app, and get that action for free.
Yeah, suck it up, download the app, and suck it off for free. There you go. Like
Yeah,
you just,
exactly. Suck
it's
it up, suck it
all
off, suck
you
it
got
down.
to do, buddy.
Oh yes,
That's exactly my point. It's just to me, it's like going back to your vegan thing. It's like, well, you are being vegan right now while not eating meat, so you are being gay. If you're banging a dude, you're clearly being gay right now. There's
Correct.
no straight way to bang a dude for another dude. There's just no. Doesn't happen that way,
Mm.
So just get out of Delulu land, people. Don't be delusional. Just
Yeah.
fucking live your life. Who gives a shit? And especially because most of those people that have like shit like that have these complexes, and I feel like they lead to like violence and weird things, that happen. Where it's like,
Hmm.
or even suicidal thoughts because then they feel like, why am I like this? It's like it's just the beginnings of a totally bad news story. So just fucking be cool.
That's like that character in what's that movie about a beauty, American Beauty or something?
Oh yeah, American
Kevin
Beauty.
Spacey.
Mm-hmm.
I saw
Mm-hmm.
this interview about Kevin Spacey recently, and I was like, "Oh, yikes! He's like basically bankrupt. He has so much money that he owes like in legal fees." I'm like,
Yeah.
"It's all been prevented if you stop touching people.
At
Allegedly,
least,
keep your
I
hands to
mean,
yourself."
he's lucky as shit that he got acquitted too. So he's got legal fees, but he's not going to jail. So, but I don't know who's going to hire him to work anytime soon.
But you know what though? He's probably kicking himself in the ass. He's like, "Damn, at least in jail, I wouldn't have to pay rent." Ugh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. And he can get all the play he wants.
Correct. Anywho,
Anyway,
speaking
so I
of
think it's
gays,
appropriate that you take the next one, and then I'll take number 7.
speaking of gays, there's a lot of gays that dress up to the nine. I mean, they have the cutest tracksuits. They come to gym in groups just to sit in the back, people watch and judge. They might be in the back 3 treadmills walking like a mile a minute, if that, you know what I mean? And they
Totally.
just judge people.
Totally. It's like, for me, it's like, of all the places to go be judgmental, fuck, I think the gym is the one that pisses me off the most because you're like judging people that are actively trying to better themselves. You know what I mean? It's like going to therapy and like laughing at someone for being in therapy. It's like, oh man, go laugh at
Yeah.
some other assholes. We're not. So if you're gonna be judging people that are trying to better themselves while you literally do nothing or the bare minimum, then it's a bitch move, in my opinion. So don't be a
Mhm.
bitch. You know what I mean? Like now, if you're super ripped with a 9-pack and you're sitting there benching 450 pounds, you can whatever, dude. You can maybe understand if you have a little ego against the first time gym goer. But come on, even those people I found tend to be the most respectful and like push other people and be like, yeah, dude, good for you. Keep working at it. I started out, I used to have tits. And now look at me, brother.
Ugh.
So just be nice. I know it's hard for that these days, but yeah, I hate fucking judgmental people. And I hate catty people. In my opinion,
So,
you should be able to say what you want to say with your goddamn chest. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to say something behind someone's back, you better be comfortable enough to say that shit to their face if they're going to be there. That's just my...
You know, it's not just the gays. There's a lot of girls in the back of my gym too, but my gym is predominantly gay, so that's what I'm exposed to. But I feel like there's a lot of girls who do the same thing. They dress up nice and back, and they don't bust a sweat in an hour that they're there, and they just gossip and shit talk about people who are on the machines in front of them. It's shitty.
And that's exactly who we're going to move on to for number 7, because that is the person who's number 7, the girl that wears makeup to the gym and does all that shit. Because it's like, come on, lady, what the fuck are you doing? Like, unless you're a hooker looking for like a clientele, like a nice gym, you know what I mean, where people afford a lot of shit, there is no practical utility for getting your makeup done before going to the gym. And I put this girl above the gays mostly because the level of detail that this person will have to do her makeup to be just right to go to the gym takes even more effort. So they're putting in even more effort to fucking go and do nothing. And they're usually like wearing these like teeny tiny sports bras and shit and just like literally doing nothing. Just walking around doing nothing. And I don't understand why, because I feel like if someone were to go hit on them, they'd be like, ew, creep. You know, so it's like, why are you there?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I wear mascara to the gym because you never know who you're gonna run into. But at least mine's waterproof, so I give myself leeway.
Yeah, if you're, and no, like if you just came from the office or whatever, if you're taking off her makeup, that's different. Or, you know, mascara, a lot of people don't go anywhere with that little mascara. That's fine. But if you're putting on fucking eyeliner or anything else, if you have fucking lipstick on at the gym, like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You're doing too much. That's where I go. Like, really bright light red lipstick at the fucking, what are you doing? Like, I see like there's a lot of babes that go to my gym. The ones that are there to be serious, they come in the goddamn hat. Sure, they're like, their clothes are like, you know, form fitting. You know, they wear shorter shorts. They're hot, free. But there's a difference between being hot and dressing hot and coming dressing like a goddamn hooker. You know, I know we live in the world where you can do whatever you want, but if there was a guy that was showing, fucking going to the gym and fucking showing half his testicles, I would probably have a problem with it too. It's like, man, if you want to work out like that, it's fine. Dennis Rodman, famous NBA player and legend, liked to work out naked. But guess what? He would go to the gym. He either had his own personal gym, and if he ever used the Bulls facility, he would make sure to go when there was no one else training. And then he would wipe the machines after because, you know, you don't need that guy.
Ew. That's disgusting.
But, you know, you can do what you want, but just do it at the privacy of your own home or some shit. Like, come on, dude.
I bet his gym is hella stinky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel he's got some big balls.
Well, speaking of people like Dennis Rodman who love to, I guess, show off, the next one on the list is the attention seekers that wear super revealing outfits and do super sexual looking exercises.
Oh, yeah. There's this girl, like half the time, it doesn't really look like they're like doing real exercises. And it's usually like ass stuff. Like there, I literally saw this girl, and I went to the gym with Julie, and it's funny because we weren't working out together. I was doing weights. Julie was doing her like workout program on the other side of the gym, and we both saw this girl, and she was literally on a row machine, but sitting on it with her ass like out, and literally just like almost like on all fours, like going up and down like this. She wasn't using the actual row to row. She was just moving her ass back and forth, and it literally looked like she was riding someone. It's like, what are you practicing for? Are you doing a gangbang after the gym?
Maybe she's a porn star. You gotta keep in good shape if you're a porno star.
Maybe. And it's in this because, but there's another thing, like, you know, talk about like the serious babes that do it. The serious babes that I know, they go to the gym, that I see all the time, they aim their ass towards the wall and away from people. Like, I love a babe as much as the next one, but it's like, this is not the time for you to be doing some weird shit into people's faces. No one wants that. It's like if I like was like doing thrusts into the face of the guy next to me, like, oh yeah, oh yeah. He's probably gonna have a problem with it. You know what I mean? Like, keep your body parts to yourself, people.
You know, there's this guy at my gym who wears this tank, and it's basically like two teeny bitty itty bitty little strings that like barely cover his nipple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like he's got floss over each shoulder. I think to myself, like, you might as well just be naked. Like, what
Totally.
the hell
What is the
this?
point of
Like,
that?
dude.
Like it looks silly too. Like, and those people, like, you know, they leave so much more sweat in machines too because there's no coverage for them, nothing to absorb it. Just their like almost nude body on there. So it's like, oh, wipe it down, dude. Like, I'm a sweater, wipe it down. That's what I do. I'm a good wiper. Gotta have that courtesy, brother.
I wipe the machines down as if my mom's going to use it next.
Totally.
But I was raised right, so I don't know about the people. What do you have next on the list?
The next on the list. We all have seen this person. And I'm not going to lie, this one, I got to give it to the dudes. It's usually a dude. And it's the extreme grunter. You know, that's up a meathead that will make you question whether you're hearing gym sounds or Simo's favorite nighttime film, Ass Pounder 6 on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like obviously sometimes you can't, if you're lifting heavy, sometimes you can't help but release a little like, you know, like when you're working at it. But if you sound like the guy from I Love You, Man, you've gone too far. You ever seen that movie? Like, give me everything you got!
Do you think that the grunting when people are lifting is the same sound they make at sexy time?
Oh, yeah. I feel like, and usually they're two pump chumps. I feel like it's like their O sounds, you know, but they definitely bang for as long as they can power lift, which is usually about 13 seconds. It's like a big power, and then it's over. And they say, no, usually I can go a lot longer. You know, I just, you know, I go for power rather than reps, you know. Yeah, it's bad, dude. The grunter, it's plus it's annoying too. It's like distracting to be sitting next to someone when you're trying to fucking lift seriously. Who's just like, like what the? Who are you, Andre Agassi? Like what the fuck are you doing, dude? Stop grunting like that. What is wrong with you?
Sometimes I wonder if people had their headphones on, or they had noise cancellation, if they just truly just don't know what's coming out of their mouth.
I would like to think that.
I hope that they know.
But the dudes, most of the dudes that I see grunting, I feel like are the dudes that want everybody to see how much they're lifting. And no, there's like the power builders that do it well, but 9 out of 10 times that I see a dude grunting at the gym, they're usually doing way too much weight for them and terrible form to get it up. You know, like literally, like they'll be benching like a fuck ton of weight, but their back is totally arched, which is gonna break, and like the weight, they only move it like from here to here. You know, they like take it down. It's like, oh yeah, that's one. It's like, no, it isn't.
I touched the bench. I mean the bar on my chest when you chest press. Bench press.
Yeah, you bring it all the way down, and you know you don't want to lock the elbows, people, now on the way up, but you want to bring it almost up, you know, up to like here, like, you know. And they come, pat. That's you when I get that. That's how you get that pump, brother. Otherwise, you're not doing anything. And a lot of people, unfortunately, do nothing when they do shit like that, other than risk injury and look stupid. So if that's what you're going for, grunt away, people. But yeah, I feel like it's a lot of people looking for attention and dumbass shit like that.
Well, speaking of attention, you ever see those assholes that record themselves with their tripods for their wannabe Instagram influencer page?
Oh god, yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, do you mind? I'm recording here. Hey, can you scoot over a little bit, or can you not block the camera? I'm recording here."
Yeah, it's like, excuse me, bitch, your tripod does not pay a gym membership, and they usually do it in some crowd ass times too. Like they don't show up at 4 a.m.
At the cheap gyms. It's like if this is your career, you should invest in a nicer gym.
Totally, absolutely. And the thing that pisses me off about them, the most is that they go through all this effort to get attention. You know, they bring all this recording equipment, which naturally is going to make people look on you like, what the fuck are you doing? Number one. But then they go to the lengths of doing all these usually super like weird looking exercises that show like their ass. They put it on social media for attention, but heaven forbid someone like glances over at them, then they'll record them and make these like gotcha videos to people, usually dudes. They're like, look at this fucking like rapey dude looking at me. It's like, no shit, dude. You have a spotlight. You literally have a recording light aimed at his face. Of course he's gonna look up at you. Like, what?
Well, what annoys me the most is that it takes time to set up this tripod. So they're occupied this machine, not just when they're actually using it, but when they're setting it up and when they're setting it down or deconstructing it. And then they'll sit on the bench and to view what they just recorded.
Right. So check out the content's good in case they need to re-record.
Like, oh my God, get off this bench. Yeah. You've been here for a long time.
Yeah, dude. I agree. If you want to fucking be an influencer, fine. Go to the gym at 6 a.m. when there's literally 3 fucking people there. And you can do whatever you want. Doesn't matter the gym. Mm-hmm. They're always empty in the morning. But if you go at 6 p.m. when it's packed, I'm sorry, bro. Your tripod's going to get bumped. And if I'm on your recording way, sorry, bro. You're going to have to wait till I'm goddamn done. That's just stupid. People be too entitled these days. And these influencers have gone too far. I do wish most gyms would start banning them. It's like getting annoying. Like there's way too many of y'all trying to be gym influencers and not enough like people wanting to lose weight. Like, come on, relax. Chill out. Do something else.
They should have stricter punishments for people who are this obnoxious. That they should have stricter rules.
Totally. Like, start suspending people. You know, fine them if they want to come back. I don't know. Do something, but it's absurd.
Well, at my gym, there's a sign that says no cell phones in the locker room. I get that. But then there's signs in the gym that says no texting. It's like, okay. Well, to me, this recording this maneuver or this exercise is more obnoxious
than texting. Yeah, if you're sending a quick text, hey, I'm almost done at the gym, coming home, whatever. Like, I understand if you're, having an argument with your significant other on text and hogging a machine is a little different. But yeah, if they're going to ban texting, there's no way a fucking whole recording station should be okay. That doesn't make sense. But oh, well.
Well, what's next on the list?
To the next one. And this is another one that just irritates the piss out of me because it's also like comes out of nowhere too. Hello. This is the guy who slams his weights down onto the fucking ground. And this is, again, usually dudes, just like the grunters, usually dudes. This is usually some meathead dude who is like trying to show off for everybody and will literally just release a full-on fucking weight from 4 feet up into the air into the ground, not giving a flying fuck where it lands or who it annoys. Yeah, because they just want attention. They just want people to know that they can lift things up and they can put them down. But it's like, dude, we get it. You're fucking strong. But you know who you impress by doing that? No one. It's annoying.
This also is the same person that tends to not re-rack their weights.
Yes. They spend all that time trying to look strong, but they're too weak to take out the 45s. Get the fuck out of here. You get, especially, and those dudes also, a lot of them also have shitty form where it's like, you'll get a better workout by just putting off the weights from back into the rack than you did by loading up that bar with 800 pounds that you and I both know you can't lift. They'll have like a very gay spot right behind them, like doing that holding thing where they bend down together, and they come back up. And that guy's like struggling because he's got like half the weight on him, like, oh!
Yeah. That's true.
It's like, come on, dude. It's fucking awful. It just goes to me. You just want attention.
It's also scary when you're concentrating and you hear a loud bang. It's like, know, it's nerve wracking because you're trying to focus, you know?
Totally. Especially in America. You never
You never know
know
what that
these
thing's
days.
going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Horrifying. Well, speaking of horrifying, I think this is equally horrifying. That is old men who take forever in the locker room and they use a hand dryer and their ball sack and like their have you seen that? It's always old people. They should have been raised better.
Yes.
I expect that kind of behavior from like minors, you know what I mean? Who
Yes.
like
Like a
who-
child who thinks it's
yeah.
funny, but not some old ass who's been around since before Eisenhower was president. What the fuck, people? But there's something I feel like men hit a certain age. And this is also women where they just don't give a fuck anymore. They just let it all hang. But as far as I know, old women are not using the hair dryers on their fucking long titties. These are disgusting old men with their dangling balls, and I literally see them like they put their foot all the way up like that. It's like,
Mhm.
dude, one, you should not be that flexible for your old age. Good for you. But two, ew, it gives the worst angle to everybody in the room because if you happen to glance at the mirror, you see the front. But if you happen to walk behind them and you with their leg up like that, you're gonna see some old man asshole most likely.
Yeah, and then what happens is with that hand dryer, it like wafts the stink all over
Yes,
the locker room. It's like, how did you just get out of the shower and you still stink?
totally.
I don't
And it's
understand.
like,
And they use they use the hair dryers too. There's a hair dryer. They use that like on their
they use
nuts.
that too, and then I go try to put it up to my head. Like, no. That's why I don't use anything at the gym. I assume that anything in the men's locker room has and will be touched by old man balls at some point or another. Where I'm just like, nope, not touching
Yeah,
this.
people are nasty.
But it's like old people at the gym. What are you doing? Like, why in the world would you think it's cool? Like, if your wife hasn't wanted to look at your balls in 40 years, what makes you think that we want to? Come on, fuck,
Yeah.
man. And this, like, I feel like this old people ball epidemic is one of the few that happens at every gym. Doesn't matter if it's a Planet Fitness or the most expensive, nice gym that you can find. Old people get into gyms, they overpower them, and they must dry their balls there. I don't know why, but it's a thing.
How low do you think our balls would be sagging when we're like 80 years old? If we make it to 80? Do you think they're
Well,
gonna be down like towards our knees?
you already told us that you seen your grandpa's balls, so I already know what the more genes.
I mean, he also
gonna
had
do to
huge
you.
balls.
And it's more dangling. Exactly. You have big balls. The skin's gonna stretch. The skin's gonna stretch.
I wonder if there's like a surgery, like a ball lift surgery that men can get for their scrotums. Just like when you can get like a breast lift, I might need a ball lift. I don't know.
Actually, that is a thing. It's called ball lift surgery, also known as scrotoplasty or a scrotal lift. Which I
Scrotal
like.
lift.
It's a surgical procedure that removes excess scrotum skin and subcutaneous tissue to tighten and rejuvenate the scrotum.
Okay.
They'll go from to rawr in one easy snip,
I
Or
need that on
22,
one side of my
depending
nuts.
depending how long your balls are.
I just need that on the left side. My ball hangs lower on the left side.
The other one's cool, but we can make it.
Or maybe I
work.
can just take the right nut and just pull at it consistently throughout the day until it stretches out and catches up with the other guy.
That's true, because you don't want the other one to get lonely. It's not good
Yeah.
for anybody. That's how sad things happen.
Mhm.
you don't want your nut to be suicidal or anything like that. That's just bad. It's just bad news. But yeah, that is number 2. Literally.
And
for
now
2
number
balls.
1 is an important one.
The number 1 most
Pay
annoying
attention, guys.
motherfucker that you will find
Don't be this person.
at your local gym. And this one is equally agreed upon by Simo and I think you will too. But it's the douche that claims multiple machines at the same times because he's quote unquote doing a circuit. Well, let me tell you something, buddy. Fuck you and fuck your circuit. You want to have the gym to yourself? Work out at 4 a.m. or get your own goddamn equipment, jackass. Because guess what? We all pay the goddamn same gym fee. So you can eat corn the long way, buddy. If you deserve to have all the goddamn weights here, while the rest of us just fucking wait for you. And the funny thing is, the irony in the matter is that those very people who are entitled enough to do that shit would get so fucking mad if they got to the gym and saw someone else doing it. So, no, you're doing your circuit? No, man, I gotta do my circuit. Like, they're so fucking entitled that all they can think about is themselves. And I'm not gonna lie, 2 days ago, I had some asshole that I literally had to put in his place a little bit because I was benching and I was intending to go heavy that day. So I was going to put up 225 for reps. And when I look over, the last 245s are gone from my rack. And this like kid he's curling and then he has the weights, like 45 sitting behind him, not doing shit with them. And I look at him and say, hey man, I was about to use those. How much longer are you going to have them? He goes, it's going to be a few minutes. And I was like, excuse me? Just so you know, man, like, at gym etiquette says you shouldn't take the last weights of anything from my rack without asking me, because that's not cool. It's like you fucking ask me and then I can tell you, hey, you can use it. That would have been nice. And he like literally sat there. You can tell no one's ever said anything to him. And he's just like, I'm sorry. And it's like, here, let me show you how it's done. And then I went to the rack next to me and I saw a girl who I say, excuse me, you mind if I borrow a 45 for like a set? I say, yeah, sure, no worries. He said, see, it's not that hard. It's not that fucking difficult. But now you have me holding up a machine because I'm waiting for you to be done with the shit that was part of the machine to begin with. So now we're both holding up the gym because of you being a jackass. So
I think if you're consistently holding up 4 machines at one given time, you should pay 4 memberships.
Absolutely. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, and recently I saw this dude yell at an old man. Because this dude was like using the bicep curl over there. And the old man comes to use this machine like on the other side of the gym that had a water bottle in the thing, but there was no one that had been at it forever. He goes to do his first rep, and the guy comes running off from the curling machine. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Don't you see my water bottle is here? I'm doing a circuit. I need both of these machines. And literally, I didn't get involved. I was about to, but it looks like someone came and like, one of the workers of the situation was like, sir, you can't be at 2 machines at once. And one is over there, one's over here. Like, you're an idiot. So they diffused it, and it worked out, for the old guy. But it's like, what kind of a jackass? Like, what are you doing, dude? These people who do their circuits need to be fucking banned flat out. Like, fuck off. Like, come at 4 a.m. That's your circuit hour. Fuck you.
Do CrossFit.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want. But it's like these people who just feel like they own the gym. It's theirs. They fuck everybody else. Like, no, man, fuck you. Like, and I'm at the point of my life where I don't, I have nothing to hold in by not saying something. If someone's annoying at the gym, fuck you, dude. If you get in my way, I'm trying to get out of there. Like, I don't want to be at the gym for 2 hours. It sucks to be there for that long. If I can get my workout done in 1 hour flat, I'm fucking so happy. Hell yeah.
I'm a 45-minute kind of guy.
Hell yeah. Get in, get out, fucking about.
At the gym, 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So don't be that guy.
Oh, yeah, Simo.
Don't be that guy. It's fucking annoying. No one will like you. And guess what? We live in a world where it's nice to have people like you. So do it. Anyways. Not like grinding my gears, just talking about that douchebag.
Yeah.
Now I'm mad. But
I've had a few altercations myself about things like that.
That was our top 10 most annoying people you will find at your local gym this very year. So let us know what you thought of the list, and let us know if there's any other annoying folk we should watch out for. And if you have any that we haven't covered that are funny enough, we'll share them on this very show. So you can send us an email at FratChatPodcast@gmail.com, or you can follow us on social media. You can do it at FratChat Podcast on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, on Twitter /X. You can also do it on YouTube at FratChat Podcast. You can give me a follow as well. CarlosGarciaComedy.com to see where I'll be next. All this good stuff. And I'll actually even lead people to this very show as well. Everything you know about me is on that very website. So check it out, CarlosGarciaComedy.com. Or give me all my social channels at Carlos Does the World. On Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Threads, on YouTube. Carlos Does World on Twitter/X. And don't forget, of course, to follow my good buddy Sebo over here at chris.moore.comedy on Instagram, on TikTok, and see more comedy on Twitter/X.
Oh, yeah. So,
Mr. Mo, it's time to roll. So why don't you get us out of here?
I motion to adjourn this meeting so I can go grunt and slam my fucking weights.
That's right, brother. I got balls to dry. So we'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the FratChat Podcast. See ya.
Ciao.